Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the ThriveHer Podcast. I'm Rochelle Waite, your no-nonsense naturopath, and today we're tackling one of the biggest lies women have been fed for generations, the menopause myth. That's right. For too long, this phase of life has been shrouded in misinformation and fear with women, especially those in their mid-30s and beyond. They quietly endure changes that society has either ignored or grossly misunderstood. But here's the truth: menopause and the years leading up to it during perimenopause aren't what we've been led to believe. The myths are everywhere, from the idea that menopause marks the end of our youth to the ridiculous notion that we're destined to suffer through it. And the worst part? It's not just men who've perpetuated these myths. Women, our sisters, mothers, and even the medical community have unknowingly reinforced these ideas. Let me take you back to Victorian times when women showing signs of menopause were literally sent away to rest homes, deemed unfit to participate in society. Doctors believed women became hysterical as their bodies changed, or because of an outdated sexist medical theory that blamed everything from mood swings to insomnia to our so-called fragile nature. And don't even get me started on the ancient Greeks. They thought our uterus, the hysteria, wandered around our bodies causing havoc. Fast forward to today, and you'd think these things would be different, right? Yet here we are, still stuck in the shadows, navigating a phase of life that's been wrapped in shame, all while being told, just deal with it. So today, we're cutting through the myths. We're not here just to talk about hot flushes or hormone replacement therapy. We're here to rewrite the story and reclaim menopause and perimenopause as a time of transformation and empowerment, because enough is enough. So let's start with the basics. Menopause is a natural biological transition, a normal part of life, but you'd never know that from the way it's treated. The silence around menopause is deafening. It's as if once we reach our mid-30s, we begin to notice the first signs of perimenopause, those subtle shifts in our cycles, our moods, our bodies. Society suddenly loses interest in us. And let's be real, it's not just silence, it's the whispers, the knowing looks, the unsolicited advice from people who haven't got the slightest idea what they're talking about. But here's the thing: menopause isn't a disease. It's not a failure of your body. It's a phase of life, one that has been lived by every woman in history, yet still we act like it's some kind of taboo. Why? I'll tell you why. Because historically, women's bodies have been misunderstood and frankly feared. In the Middle Ages, menopausal women were often accused of witchcraft. For crying out loud. Why? Because their bodies, changing, evolving, unpredictable, challenged the norms. Fast forward a few centuries, instead of burning us at the stake, society simply dismissed us as hysterical or crazy. And the result, we've been left to navigate this phase of life without real support or understanding, often with little more than a prescription for hormone replacement therapy and a pat on the head. So let's address the elephant in the room, the menopause myths that have shaped how we think about this time in our lives. And trust me, these myths aren't just outdated, they're dangerous, and they stop us from taking charge of our health, our well-being, and our futures. So myth number 1 is that the menopause means the end of youth. This is the big one, right? The myth that menopause marks the end of your youth, your vitality, and your attractiveness. We've all felt it, whether consciously or unconsciously. Society has this obsession with youth, and women, our worth and our value are tied to it. The moment menopause hits, we're seen as past our prime, invisible, or worse, irrelevant. But let me ask you this: who decided that our value is tied to our ability to reproduce? Who benefits from us believing that once we enter menopause, our lives are on the decline? I'll tell you who. It's the beauty industry, the anti-aging industry, and every single person who profits from us making us feel like we're not enough. And here's a reality check. In many cultures, menopause is seen as a time of renewal. In Japan, for example, they call menopause konenki, which means renewal years. It's a phase of life where women are respected for their wisdom, experience, and strength. Imagine that. A culture where menopause is seen as something to look forward to, not dread. Why can't we have that? The answer is we can, but it starts with rejecting a lie that menopause signals the end of everything. So myth number 2 is that you must suffer through menopause. We have this myth that menopause is something you just have to get through. That's suffering, whether it's hot flushes, night sweats, brain fog, mood swings, that these are inevitable and you simply have to endure it in silence. Here's the thing, this myth is not only wrong, it's harmful. It's dangerous to make women believe that they're meant to suffer through this. And historically, that's exactly what's happened. In the 19th century, women experienced menopause were literally institutionalized because doctors didn't understand what was happening to their bodies. They were told they were crazy, hysterical, and beyond help. So what's changed? Not much. Today we mightn't be sent to rest homes, but many of us are still told just to grin and bear it. Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to suffer through menopause. There are options. Everything from lifestyle changes like diet, exercise, stress management, to medical treatments that can make this transition smoother. You deserve to feel good, to feel vibrant, and take control of your health during this time. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So myth number 3 is that menopause is just about hot flushes. Finally, this is the most oversimplified myth of all. Sure, hot flushes are one of the more well-known symptoms, but reducing menopause to just that misses the bigger picture. Menopause and perimenopause affect so much more than just your temperature. We're talking about brain fog, sleep disruptions, mood swings, joint pain, yes, even libido changes. And the thing is, every woman experiences menopause differently. Some women breeze through it with barely a symptom, while others are hit with a wide range of physical and emotional changes that can be downright overwhelming. Focusing on only hot flushes trivializes this experience of menopause. It's a way of keeping us quiet, keeping the conversation at surface level, when in reality, there's so much more going on. And it's time we talk about it openly, all the ways that we are affected, how it affects our bodies and our minds, and not just the parts that are easy to brush off with a fan. And here's the thing that gets me fired up the most. Menopause isn't the end of anything. It's a transition, yes, but more than that, it's an opportunity. It is our time to refocus, reprioritize, and to rediscover what you want. The world might try and tell us that our best years are behind us, but I'm here to tell you that's a lie. The best years are ahead. Think about it. For so much of our lives, we've been taking care of others, whether it's kids, partners, careers, or just the everyday hustle. But menopause offers a moment to step back and ask, what do I want now? What does my health, my happiness, and my life look like in this next chapter? And the best part, you don't have to do it alone. There's a whole community of women just like you navigating this phase together. And that's what the ThriveHer tribe is all about, supporting each other, lifting each other up, and showing the world that menopause is not something to be feared, but embraced. So whilst you think of that, and before we wrap up, I actually would love to invite you to take the next step in your ThriveHer journey with our ThriveHer Life Masterclass. Now, this isn't just any class. It's a transformational experience designed specifically for women like you navigating perimenopause and menopause and looking to thrive through this next phase of life. So in the ThriveHer Life Masterclass, we deep dive into how you can take control of your health, your mindset, and your future. We're talking about balancing your hormones naturally, managing the emotional and mental shifts that come with the transition, and most importantly, how to embrace this time as an opportunity for growth and renewal. You'll walk away with a practical plan tailored to your unique journey, giving you the tools you need to feel empowered, energized, and ready to take on whatever's next. So, whether you're dreaming of a healthier body, a new career path, or simply finding more peace and balance in your life, the ThriveHer Masterclass will guide you step by step through making those dreams a reality. And you won't be doing it alone. You'll be surrounded by an amazing community of women all walking the same path, supporting and uplifting each other. So if you're ready to make this your time, to step into your power and take control of this new chapter, I really encourage you to sign up for the ThriveHer Life Masterclass today. All the details are in the show notes, or you can visit thriveher.vip to learn more and secure your spot. Trust me, this is where transformation begins, and I really can't wait to see you there. Next week, we'll be talking about a balancing act, overcoming brain fog with the right hormonal mix. So if you've ever found yourself forgetting where you left your keys or blanking out in the middle of a conversation, trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. Until next time, keep believing in yourself, keep striving for more, and keep thriving, because your best life is just ahead.